Hey guys, my name is Taylor Kaplan.
My name is Tyler Kaplan.
So this is the start of our podcast, Project Infinite. This is pretty much our introduction of what we're doing, the ideas behind it, what we want to do, what our goals are. This is pretty much just a test run. The name 818, we want to kind of dabble into how that name came to fruition. I know some of you might have not have heard how or who or why we adopted the name 818. We spent some time in Los Angeles back in 2017. The name just kind of came in divine timing, I guess you can say. We were hanging out somewhere. The name popped up and it stuck. It clicked with us. It made sense to us. We'll talk more about that in the future, about how that name came to be. The name, it's pretty much in our logo. You know, it's just, it's symbolized differently.
Yeah, this is 818 right here. We're 818. This is 818. So sorry if you couldn't hear me on that, but yeah, just like he just said, essentially this is our first episode to the podcast, Project Infinite, and just like he also said, it's a test run. This is literally a test run for us, and we're turning our test run into the first episode. We're just basically introducing ourselves.
Yep. So we want to talk about our goals here. We're 818. We're essentially creators. The goal is to create. We want to obviously provide inspiration. We want to offer guidance. We want our voice to be heard for the most part, obviously, because the voice is very vocal. It's what carries the most, and it's what is going to get you places by speaking. And there's a power behind a voice, and we want that. We want that momentum to build, and we want it to carry forever, ideally, obviously. We have, some knowledge and wisdom that we also want to provide. We want to offer to anybody who wants, guidance, and, to the youth especially. We want to offer wisdom to the younger generations, And, the idea is to keep that momentum going, for our grandkids to have this wisdom and for their grandkids to have the wisdom. Wisdom should never be held on to and just kept to yourself. It should always be passed along,
Yeah. Yeah, and kind of, so that's essentially what this podcast is. It's a way for us to just, introduce ourselves and offer those things for our voice and let what we know just be known. Yeah.
So along with those keynotes, you guys are getting to see firsthand us introducing ourselves to the world. Obviously, there's people from back home who know who we are, where we're from. Turtle Mountain Reservation, Dunseith. We have friends, we have family, we know people from back home. You know who we are. You're getting to see this firsthand, us creating content for the very first time. Like, this is just us taking it right off the top. We're just kind of going from here, and we're just seeing where it takes us. It's the first time doing it, and, we're just going to see where it takes us,
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously a direction we want it to go in, and it's every single direction possible. We want to offer spiritual guidance, obviously, but we also want to let the audience know too. We are not counselors, We do have something to offer, but we're not a crutch at the same time. We can offer you help, we can offer you guidance, but we can't. Let's say, for an example, if you come to us and you ask us, how do I fix my life? Well, we can't really give you, I can't answer that question for him, and he can't answer that question for me. Like, what it all kind of boils down to is your problems begin and end with you, and your solutions begin and end with you. That's not to, make it sound like we're heartless in any way. We do want to hear if you have something to say. Like, we do want to hear where your heart is at the same time, and always willing to offer some sort of advice. But at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you want to take advice or take our advice or not, or maybe whatever we have to say doesn't resonate with you whatsoever. That's fine. Take what does and leave what doesn't. Take it or leave it. If what we say doesn't work for you, that's completely fine. You'll find
what you're looking for.
Yep. And, obviously there's a boatload of things besides just offering spiritual guidance. We want to help our communities where we grew up at, where we come from. That would obviously come first because that's where we grew up at. That's where our hearts developed. That's what shaped us into the men we are. We want to help our youth because when we were youth, we were being helped by mentors, and we want to give back. We want to extend our help, back home. And not just in our community, we want to extend our help to other communities if they want our help, and that goes for offering, mentorship or helping out communities or just rebuilding something or some type of support. That's the idea behind it.
Yeah, we're open to it. So
yeah,
definitely open to it.
Yep. So and not just and not just things that just need support, helping out the communities and stuff. We want to produce music, the podcast, first episode. We want to keep on pursuing this. We want to just kind of see where this takes us. Writing books, novels. We do have a couple of books in the making right now. If you are friends with us on Facebook or Instagram, or you're following us on any type of social media, we have shared a post before about this book being in the process. One book being made, The Wind Travelers. We're not too big on social media. We're still working on that part. You know what I mean? We just never been too. We got obviously involved with the game, and that's kind of what we're learning how to do.
Yeah.
We also want to pursue filmmaking. Yeah, I mean, pretty much just any form of art.
Yeah, that's the heart of what 818 Creators is. The heart of 818 Creators is creativity. That's at the core of it, is creativity and the means to give the means to express creativity. Just like he said, that's. Damn, I forgot where I was going with that. Drawing a blank here.
So the whole idea behind all this is to we want to provide a type of support for people who want to pursue these types of things. You know what I mean? So we want to, if you want to be a short filmmaker, you want to be, you want to work on music, you want to do something. We want to be able to provide those types of services. That's one of the key things behind what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what the vision of 818 is. And just like he said, there's plenty of people. I'll use myself as a quick example. Like I remember growing up, I was inspired to make music, and specifically hip hop, and always inspired to always wanted to make movies, write movies, produce, act. I wanted to do all that stuff. And I remember as a young boy writing music, writing songs, but just I never had that place to be able to go to express that gift or anywhere to nurture that gift. And I always said I want that someday, and especially writing and with writing movies and writing films. Never had anywhere to really nurture that gift. Is just kind of always held in. And I know there's plenty of people. I had friends who also had those same aspirations, but just never had that place to express that gift. Nobody had a studio, at least not anyone that I knew. But yeah, that is essentially what we want to offer. We want to offer that.
That's one of the directions we want to go in. We want to provide, a support, because we didn't have those things, and we feel like we can. Sometime in the future, we can definitely provide those types of services for people.
Yeah. As of right now, we're starting with the podcast. Get our voices out there.
Yep. So we're at a crazy time right now. The year is now 2025. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on out west in the West Coast. We want to offer condolences to Los Angeles. They hold a special place in our hearts. That place definitely helped him and I, shaping us into who we are today. But there's a lot of, soul searching, I guess you can say. We'll always, in the future, we'll talk more about this stuff. Mm-hmm. In the book that's being written, you'll find out more information about what happened, what we did out there.
Yeah, we go into great detail with the book of our whole entire journey. But like you say, we brought up Los Angeles the reason why he's bringing up Los Angeles, of course, if you haven't heard, then I don't know what to tell you. But while it's a huge part of Los Angeles is the Palisades are on fire, and we just want to offer our condolences and offer our prayers out to all the families that lost something.
Yeah, it's definitely a big deal. Whether it was man-made or whether it was nature-made, it doesn't matter what it is. People lost homes, they lost animals, they lost...
Some people lost their lives.
Yeah, some people just lost things, let's just put it that way. And it's a tragedy, and like we said, LA shaped us into the men we are today. And we just want to give, our condolences. We also want to offer prayers. We just want to let you guys know, if there's any LA viewers or any California viewers, you guys are, you're in our prayers, and we hold you dearly to our hearts.
Yeah.
So this platform, we definitely want to lead towards the path of Q&A. We want you guys to ask us questions. We'll always have a topic to talk about whenever an episode comes out, but we also want to be able to provide you guys with
space to be able to ask us questions.
Yeah. So we want you to be able to just ask us questions. You send in a question, whether it be to a link to our emails, in the bio, wherever it may be. We'll figure that out in the near future. We definitely want you guys to ask us questions, and we'll do our best to answer it. And we also want to be able to, we want to make it known right now that if you want to remain anonymous, you can remain anonymous. You just tell us, hey, I want to ask you a question about so and so and so and this and this and that, but I want to remain anonymous. Well, we'll introduce you as anonymous. We'll bring up the question, and then we'll do our best to answer it. And if you do want to, be known, we'll obviously introduce, Nate has a question about so and so and so, and then, like I said, we'll do our best to answer those questions.
Yeah. So unless you want to remain anonymous, you have to specifically say in the email, which we will provide, whether it's in like you said, whether it's in a description or wherever there will be an email where you can email either him or I. It doesn't matter who you email. We're going to get it either way. We'll do our best to get to any questions, and, we'll do our best to answer them in the best way that we can. But yeah, if you want to remain anonymous, you have to say that in the email. If you don't, we're going to say, like he said, hey, Nate from wherever said this, or if it's just the username or an email or something like that,
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of things. We, just a quick talk here. We had this idea some time back. We've wanted to do this for some time now. We just never necessarily had the resources or kind of knew how to go about it. We've have all this life experience built up, and we find ourselves talking about topics and talking about things, life, spirituality, history, everything that you can think of, stars, whatever. We find ourselves talking about these things, and we always find ourselves at the end of the conversation saying, like, man, like we should have recorded that,
Should have recorded that, or I wish always having that feeling of like, I wish somebody heard that.
Yeah,
I wish somebody heard that conversation. I wish there was somebody sitting next to us able to listen to that conversation. There's always having that feeling. It's just like, and yeah, so that's where this podcast was kind of born. We figured we might as well we have all the means to do this, so why not just start?
Yeah.
And it's also like another way of giving back. This is like one way of giving back, is putting ourselves out there, especially for if you're a viewer that's from our hometown. You might want to do something similar to this, but maybe you feel a little fear or resistance to that. Hopefully you seeing us do this might inspire you to want to do the same thing too. We'll support, we'll support you. We'll support your grind.
Yep. Well, we're definitely here. This is our first time doing this. We're starting out, and we're just going to see where it takes us. Obviously we want to go in a more positive oriented direction. We appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down and watch this. There'll obviously be more future content to come. We're, after this point in time, we'll come up with topics, and then, it'll be in the title. And then from there, we'll make it known that, we'll make shorts and reels and let people know that, content is going to be coming up.
Yeah. Like, if you're watching this right now, we truly appreciate you. We thank you. Is literally a day one. We want this to grow, and hopefully you're along the ride with us the whole way. Hopefully,
Yep.
Grow and evolve with us.
Yep.
And we want to make 818 into the vision that it is.
Yep. And I don't really have any other thing to say. We kind of, got a good, portion of what we needed to say out there. Do you have anything else?
No. Like I said, this was just a very quick episode. Of course, all episodes are going to be more longer, and this is just, like I said, a test run.
Soft opening.
Soft opening. A quick test run that we want to turn into an episode to just kind of speed through what we're trying to do and what we want to do. And we just, like I said, just appreciate you. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep. And we appreciate it. Again, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Tyler.
And welcome to Project Infinite.
Hell yeah.